Alright everybody, so this is the tree that I got from the store today. It is called a Chinese fringe flower. And the reason why I picked this one out was because of the trunk. It's really interesting. It's got a lot of movement going up to the top here. It's kind of looking like a lot of the twigging branches. I'm gonna have to cut those off because they are dead. It does have a lot of growth, new growth on it. Like if you see, if it'll show you, see all the little buds on this branch, all the way down that branch. There's a lot of new buds on these branches here. Got stuff in the shot that I don't need in the shot. So wide angle lens, can't move it out of the way all the way. Anyway, so yeah, it's got a lot of new stuff on it, but it does have a lot of branches that are dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it up, cut off all the dead stuff, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like from there. This isn't going to be a long video. It's not a super in-depth process. At this point, the tree just needs to be trimmed so that so the new growth has some place to be, and all this old stuff or dead stuff needs to come off. And then I will clean out the pot because it's got a lot of dead leaves and rubble in there that shouldn't be in there. And then make sure it stays watered. I'm going to keep it in the greenhouse for a couple of days or a week or so until it starts really kicking off here. And then I'll do an update on it at a later date. But yeah, I really like this tree. I really like this type of tree. I have another one. I got a lot going on in the greenhouse right now. So this tree right here is also that same kind of tree. So I mean, you can tell these trees kind of grow sparse foliage on them, I guess. I'm not a whole lot or 100% sure. I don't know a whole lot about them. Just kind of getting into these trees. It's a really cool tree though. I mean, it's got really neat foliage that's a nice red color, and then it turns, I think it turns green. I'm not even 100% sure if it does turn green. We'll have to see, because this is the first year of this tree. I got this one last year and it looked very similar to the other one. So I'm not sure what the foliage actually looks like. This one needs a couple of pieces trimmed off too, but there was some buds. Yeah, there's some buds on there, so we'll let it go until we can tell for sure that it doesn't have any buds on it, and then we'll cut those off if we need to. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on this other tree and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I went a lot farther than I was planning on with this. I did trim off a lot of the foliage. Hopefully you can see it like that. There's a lot of new growth on here, so I'm pretty convinced that this thing's going to survive just fine. But I did go ahead and take it out of the pot, and that's what the root system looks like. It's exactly the shape of the pot, except that this side doesn't really have a whole lot of large roots. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put this into a bonsai pot now, and I'm going to obviously use bonsai soil, and I'm going to cut off all the really long roots. I don't have my tripod set up, so maybe I can do a couple of these, show you what I mean by the long roots here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut off these larger pieces here. I don't want to cut off all the roots, but all of this stuff, the really matted roots, they just don't look healthy as far as I know. I mean, these might look exactly what they're supposed to look like, but like I said, I don't know a whole lot about this tree. So we're going to find out if I'm messing up or if I'm doing a good job here in a couple of weeks when this tree either starts doing well or dies. So hopefully it does well, because nobody wants their trees to just die, you know? I mean, but I found that if you wait too long to take care of some stuff on trees that are not doing well, then typically they do die. So I'm gonna do the work now, and hopefully I can catch it before it dies and save it, because this is a pretty cool tree. And the root structure honestly doesn't look terrible. I mean, this side doesn't have really any roots. It looks like this was grown from a seed, possibly. No, I think it was definitely a cutting. Never mind, I'm pretty sure it was a cutting. You can feel the flat spot right here. But this root right here, I'm getting really close, grew really long, like a taproot right here. So this is all one root right here, this whole thing here. So it's got other roots on the front side here, or back side, whatever side. I don't know. I'm going to put it in the pot like that. So I'm going to grab a pot really quick, and I'm going to pot this up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I repotted it. I put it in this deep square pot to make sure that most of the roots were under the soil, and it had plenty of soil to make a good set of roots for this tree to start growing back. As you can see, it doesn't look as bad as I think they thought it was when they put it in the trash. So pretty excited about this tree. And I don't know if I mentioned that I did pay full price for this tree, which I just didn't talk to the right person about it. So usually you can get trees that aren't doing so well, a lot of times half off, but can't say every time. Now you can't see it because it's all in the mixed up in the jungle. We got a lot of stuff going on in here, like I said, a lot of cuttings, a lot of other stuff. My spider plants over here. So yeah, that's the tree, and that's what I was wanting to show you today. So I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.